Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today we've got a good matchup ahead between the Oakland A's and the Chicago Cubs. Number 13 makes his big league debut right after this. Alec Mills, a right-hander out of Tennessee, will be the starting pitcher. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, every team needs a pitcher like this one here. His numbers aren't going to blow you away. Career ERA just under 4. But one thing he does, he takes the ball every 5 days, throws strikes, and gives his team a chance to win every single time he goes out there. He'll be fun to watch in this one here today. Stepping into the box, Jorge Mateo. And we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Jorge Mateo.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. There's a shin-high slider laid off for a ball. Mateo has been a great story in the baseball world lately. His game has taken some major strides since his early days in the minor leagues, and he's had to prove himself time and time again to get to this point.
And he's done exactly that. And I'm sure he's had to prove himself to himself at moments, had to look in the mirror and decide, is this what I want to do with the rest of my life, grinding it out on the buses in the minor leagues. But it all comes to fruition now, stepping into the batter's box in the big leagues for the first time.
Lays off 2-2 now.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
Fastball, strike 3 called, and he's caught looking to begin the afternoon.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
First offering on its way. In there for strike 1. And there are our umpires. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Matty, we got a good one behind the dish today in Ed Drummond. Well liked by all people, pitchers, batters, managers. All you want as a player is the ability to talk to someone. And that's what Ed does. He gives you that chance.
Zero, you hit a nail right on the head. He has a real long fuse. He's not afraid to let a hitter or a pitcher, I'm not saying complain about a particular pitch, but he's not the guy that's going to get mad and throw somebody and give him the boot just because a guy doesn't like a pitch or a pitcher thinks that a pitch is a strike and they call it a ball.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
The main job of the number 1 and 2 hitters is to set the middle of the order up with an opportunity to do some damage. So when you strike both of them out, you're putting yourself in a pretty good position to make it through the teeth of the lineup without a whole lot of stress.
So now it's Mark Canha. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. Will attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. That misses. It's 2-0 now to the Oakland right fielder.
This is a spot you really don't want to be in with a great hitter like that. You can't just lay one in there, but you also don't want to run the count to 3-0.
3-0 now.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't a 4-pitch walk right here. He doesn't want to mess around and leave something over the heart of the plate and get beat in this situation.
And we'll have the first base runner of the ball game here as that misses, and it's a 2-out walk.
Well, they were obviously pitching around him there, and I don't blame him. With the bases empty and 2 outs and a hitter of this caliber at the plate, make somebody else beat you.
So stepping in, Seth Brown, man at first after the 2-out walk. Has a look, now the pitch. Grounded up the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. And another foul ball. The next 0-2.
Oh, that's in.
Good job to lay off that 1-2 breaking ball, put himself right back in this at bat.
Here now the 2-2. It's hit very well to right. This one's hammered, and it's going to go. That one is gone. A two-run blast to straightaway right field, and Oakland has moved out in front here 2-0.
Loved a homer in the top of the first inning. Give your pitcher a chance to kind of regroup and gather himself with an early lead.
So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman as he'll take a look at ball one. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. On the ground to the right side. A flip to the pitcher covering as that will retire the side. But the Athletics strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the first coming up. It's now 2-0 Oakland. Sean Manaea gets the ball for Oakland in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
The pride and joy of Andrew High School in Gary, Indiana. Sean Manaea, he had the no-hitter against the Boston Red Sox. One of the tougher lefties. It reminds me a lot of Sid Fernandez. Low three-quarter arm angle, mid to upper 90s fastball. Good curveball. One of the top young left-handed pitchers in all of baseball.
Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. One ball and 1 strike to the Cubs leadoff batter. And they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Not much you can do with that one. Tied him up in knots.
Turned on down the line, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. And now a pitch on the way. Misses, ball 2. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. And he comes back with one down and in for ball 3.
You can certainly tell at bats like this one frustrate the heck out of a pitcher, but you got to find a way to stay composed and execute your plan.
Really good at bat here from the leadoff hitter as he'll force him to throw another one. And that misses for ball 4. So an early base runner in the bottom half as they're trying to get one or both of those runs right back.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving one up where he can really hurt you.
The next Cub up, Anthony Rizzo. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Bryant aboard here at first with nobody out. And no swing apparently. Ball 1.
Name of the game out on the mound is to disrupt timing of the hitters in the box. He's certainly got this guy on the defensive.
Drilled right back up the middle. He'll go to the bag for one. On to first, and they get them both.
third, the shortstop, Javier Baez.
And that brings up Javi Baez. His career numbers against Minaya, just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Here comes the first pitch. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Baez has all the necessary skills to play great defense on the left side of the infield, and it makes him really fun to watch. He can pick it with the best of them, but what sets him apart is the huge arm. It's accurate, it's incredibly strong, certainly has the ability to uncork a throw and beat a runner when he needs to, and it's impressive to watch.
Yeah, anybody that has the ability to go to their backhand and to absolutely fire a cannon across the infield is a huge asset to have.
And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Kyle Schwarber would be next. 3-2 pitch. And did he hold up in time? A look down, and no, he went around. It's strike 3. Nothing happening there for the Cubbies. They're still down. It's 2-0. So striding in, Franklin Barreto. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Line toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
I mean, that fires me up right there. Opposite field knock, and in today's game, where every manager is employing hundreds of shifts to watch this batter go the other way was special.
And that'll bring in Ramon Laureano. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. That evens it up 1-1. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Real ugly 0-1 swing there. As a pitcher, you've got to be hunting for the strikeout, knowing you have this guy way off balance.
2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that's through into center, so the first 2 have reached here to start the second. Oh, but the feed to the shortstop is off the mark.
Boy, talk about a rough one for this guy. Falls behind in the first inning and back-to-back singles here in the second. This could be a short night for this pitcher.
Yeah, they're passing the baton on the offensive side, putting it on this pitcher early.
In now, Sean Murphy, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. A ball and a strike. None out, runners at first and second. In the dirt here, throw to third, and he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
Well, you live by the sword, you die by it too. He went with an off-speed pitch down in the zone, and that's the risk you take there. The catcher can't come up with it, and 2 runners advance. Now they're both into scoring position.
And the pitch on 2-1. Hit on the ground out to short. There's Baez in the dirt, and oh, he can't quite dig it out.
Batting up,
The pitcher, Sean Minaya, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here. And he throws it away. But the throw is well up the line, and a second run's going to score.
Well, We all know that errors happen, but not all errors are equal. That one was especially costly, as 2 runners crossed the plate. Those are game changers, no doubt about it.
Dan Winkler enters from the pen in just the 2nd inning, so they'll hope to get some length out of him and have him stay out there for a while. He's set. Here it comes. In there, and it's 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. 3 runs already home here. A shortstop behind with a 1-2 count.
2 strikes.
Down the first baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2.
Got to believe the pitcher and catcher understand the fact that he's covering away, and he's covering way away. Don't be shocked if he comes in with something.
The 1-2. Hit on the ground toward the left. Baez able to get there.
So frustrating, Dero. You make a good pitch and you get these guys that can run around and they're fast. You think you have an out, and all of a sudden it turns into an infield single.
Yeah, this is definitely part of his game, the ground attack, Dan. He's a speedster. He's going to get a ton of infield singles, and he knows how frustrated that pitcher is.
And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Hit on the ground to third. And there's a base hit as that gets through into left. Onto the shortstop, but thrown away.
You know who's the happiest man in the building right now? His starting pitcher. He's got a big old smile on his face. He knows he has a 6-run lead here in the early going to work with. You can't let that take away your edge, though.
To the plate now, Mark Canha. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Oh, and this goes right past him. And the route is officially underway. It is 7-0.
When you're up by 7 runs any time in a game, let alone this early, it feels awfully good. They are hitting on all cylinders here. They have to be careful not to let off the gas pedal now.
Standing in now, Seth Brown. Pulled toward right center field. Center fielder giving chase. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. And they'll extend their lead even further as the runs in to score from third. It's 8-0.
Usually when you score a lot of runs in one inning like this inning, you're doing a lot of things right. And how about this? A sac fly to drive in another run. They have to be happy with this.
And that'll bring in Matt Chapman. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First pitch on its way.
1-0.
The 1-0. Hit sharply on the ground. Happ brings it in. And they'll have runners at the corners following the 1-out single.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Pitch in the dirt, and that gets away. And that is going to cost him a run as he'll scamper home on the wild pitch. One and one to Franklin Barreto. 7 runs have crossed the plate in the inning. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact.
Well, I think he just kind of lost focus on the mound right there. It's clearly not going his way, and he's thinking more about that than the task at hand. And right now he needs to think about this hitter.
And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away. In now, Ramon Laureano, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First pitch coming. Here it is. Curveball bounces, and that gets by to the backstop. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
Well, some would say no harm done with that wild pitch, right? But I disagree. The runner's now 90 feet away from scoring. An infield single, a booted ball.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. But a big inning here as 7 runs cross the plate, and this lead grows even wider. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. It's the A's 9 and the Cubs nothing. So in now for Chicago, Kyle Schwarber. He leads off this half inning in what they hope will be a rebuttal to all those runs they just gave up.
Well, Matt, I think mentally they need to get 1 or 2 of these runs back right here. Just getting on the board after getting socked in the mouth by an opposing team can lift the team up a bit. We'll see if they can string something together.
Laureano is to his left as he puts it away in the alley for the first out of the inning.
Batting fifth.
All right, guys, here's how the Oakland A's are lining up defensively. And I'm locking in on Matt Chapman. Without a doubt, one of the premier defenders in our sport. You know what? He's often compared to his former high school teammate. Bet people didn't know Nolan Arenado and him shared dugouts in high school. He's going to be at the top of the leaderboard this year. Defensive run saved. Lock in on him. He's going to make a backhand gem.
Kenna will come in a bit and put it away for the second out of the inning. Stepping up to the plate, Jason Hayward will try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Here's the first pitch to him. This is in the air out to right. Right fielder giving chase. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They're looking up at a 9-0 deficit. New inning set to get underway. Digging in now, Sean Murphy. He reached base on an error and later came around to score last time up.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. The 1-0 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 1. And here's a fastball, not close, as he runs it to 2-1 now. Now a curveball here, nowhere close. That's in the dirt. It's 3-1.
You do not want to walk the 8-hole hitter. It just opens up so many options. Do we bunt him over to second with the 9-hole hitter? Do we try and play for that big rally with the top of the order coming up? This is a huge pitch. You can't allow this guy to walk.
Three-two pitch. Line to the right side. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
I know this guy isn't known for his hitting prowess, but that's a nice job right there. Getting a single on a 3-2 pitch in the middle of the zone. Grab your glove and flash some leather.
So now to the plate, Sean Manaea, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. The 1-0. Murphy gets his lead at first, nobody out. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now.
Hey, that's a great job by the pitcher right there, stealing a strike with that get me over breaking ball, and now he can get a little nastier with it in the dirt.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. And he won't go after the cut fastball. 2-2.
I don't know if that was discipline or whether he's just not swinging the bat at all, but hey, at least he's making the pitcher throw a few more pitches.
Just hung in there on that one. Nobody out, runner on first. He spoils another one, and will do it again. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And foul, though it had the home run distance.
4 foul balls in this AB. Pitcher cannot find anywhere to go to put this guy away.
Line towards center field. And the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
Well, you never want to give up a hit to an opposing pitcher, but when you give one up to an AL pitcher, it's downright annoying. Can't let it get to you, though.
Mateo.
At the plate now, Jorge Mateo, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Weekly hit to third. Barehanded on the hop. On to first, a double play.
Well, there's the pitcher's best friend right there. The inning was off to a rough start, right? But nothing changes that like a good old 2-ball. We'll see if they can strand the runner at third now.
So base is empty now after the double play. And coming forward, the veteran outfielder, Robbie Grossman. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Right on the inside, Black taken for a called strike. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. The 1-2. And the curveball bounces here, but a good job behind the plate to keep it at arm's length. 2-2 pitch is fouled away. Curveball locks him up, strike 3, and that's the 3rd out. 1 left for Oakland, but they'll live with it as they hold a 9-0 lead. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Wow, that changeup is an absolute beaut. They call it the great equalizer for a reason.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the 1st out.
Man, I love watching a pitcher that just rears back and blows smoke by a guy at the letters. That's the ultimate challenge pitch, and for me personally, watching hitters swing and miss, man, that's a sight of beauty.
And is the second baseman, Jason Kipnis. And he fouls this one off. The windup and the 0-1.
1-1.
And right into the shift. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Coming to the plate now, Dan Winkler. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. First pitch of the at-bat. Fouled away. Cubs to this point have yet to break into the hit column. And there's a fastball well off the plate inside. Cubs pitcher at the plate, trailing with a 1-2 count. Now a check swing, but that's in there for strike 3 anyway, and the inning is over. Cubs are down in order. They're down 9-0. Coming to the plate now, Mark Canha singled home a run in his last time up.
Mark Canha.
And now pitch on the way.
Count 1-0.
The 1-0. Who jumped the gun a bit on that swing, and he's down 1-2. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. Well hit to right, but that's a foul ball. The 2-2 one more time. And that's down into left center for a base hit. He takes the turn and heads for second. And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
And this is just a cut fastball. He's trying to sneak in the back door. He's unable to get it done. Leaves it right over the heart of the plate. And that's just too easy for a guy like this. He's licking his chops as the ball arrives. And he drills it to the outfield for an extra base hit.
Jarrell Cotton gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Into the box, Seth Brown, as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball 1. Grounded softly down the line toward first. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly.
Hey, this has the makings of being a pretty big inning, D-Roll. Leadoff double, now a base hit, and all of a sudden we're looking at first and third.
Yeah, sometimes you wake up, you just get smacked in the mouth right here. He's going to have to start executing pitches. He cannot leave a ball over the heart of the plate right here. He's going to have damage on his hands.
At the plate, Matt Chapman. As he'll wait out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. A ball and a strike to count to Matt Chapman. One and two now as that one's fouled off. On a line to shortstop.
The batter number 1, second baseman, Franklin Barreto.
Now at the plate, Franklin Barreto, and their runners at the corners now. Curveball bounces, and this one gets away. So the lead runner holds on, but the trailer will take second. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1. I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Wow, was he behind that fastball?
And this one gets away. And he will score from third. A daring move as he scores on what ought to be called a wild pitch. Now the 2-1 pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
That grounder was hard hit, and sometimes the runner at third will have to hold on a ball like that, but he was off on contact, and they opted to take the out at first instead.
Two away now in the Oakland fourth. And up next will be Ramon Laureano. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. Driven nicely into the gap. And this one scoots all the way to the wall. And he'll coast into second here with a 2-out double.
When you drive the ball into the gap like that, nothing but good things can happen. Neither one of the outfielders had the wheels to catch up to it, and he glides easily into second for a double. Now we'll see if the guys behind him can get him in.
Stepping in now, Sean Murphy. Pitch is way outside, and he can't even get a glove on it. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch. Laureano on third with 2 out. Here's a fastball low, and he's behind 2-0. Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0.
And when you're already down by a bunch, this is where a guy's got to take some responsibility out there and at least start throwing some strikes. That's a nice job to work that walk right there. Even if it doesn't lead to anything on the scoreboard this inning, it prevents the pitcher from having to lead off of the next one. Just one of those small things that might go unnoticed, but in the end, make a big difference.
But this will be pulled in out there at second base, and that'll be that. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. The A's lead this one 11-0. Chris Bassett will come out now and make his first appearance of the spring.
Number 40, Chris.
Back to the top of the order now, and into bat next, former National League MVP Chris Bryant. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Grounded sharply, but right at that loaded side of the infield. And that's the first hit in this one for the Cubbies.
The first baseman, number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. Fouled off. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. From the stretch. And he's got to be more disciplined here. It's 0-2.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Looking up is the right fielder. To the track, to the wall. And it's gone. A 2-run shot off the bat of Anthony Rizzo. But they're going to need a few more here as they're still well behind.
Well, when you're down a bunch of runs, you know the last thing they want to do is walk you. So right there, he picks on a good one to hit and plants it right over the wall.
The batter, number 9, shortstop, Javier Baez.
Here's Javier Baez. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. Now a swing and a miss, and I don't think he was expecting a pitch inside. It's 1-1.
Great job by the pitcher right there, changing eye levels. We all know he's a sinker ball pitcher, but if he could throw some four-seamers up in the zone like that, it could work for him.
And a swing and a miss as that looked like self-defense there. It's 2-2.
Hey, I'd like to see a little bit more discipline in that. You get a count in your favor and he's swinging a pitch that bad? Not good.
Shin high fastball that time, ball 3. Oh, and he lets him off the hook there as this isn't even close for ball 4.
The batter.
Settling in now, Kyle Schwarber. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0. Baez on at first, nobody out. Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1.
Sitting in a good spot right here. 2 ball, 1 strike count is yet to see a fastball. Have to be sitting on one right here.
Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
Great pitch in that situation. If he makes contact on that one, more than likely he's hitting into a double play.
The 2-2 doesn't get the zone. Count full now. Wilson Contreras will be next. 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors for the Cubs to this point in the contest. And it's fouled away. Once again, a 3-2. And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out.
Well, it's obvious he wanted absolutely no part of the 3 or 4 hole hitters. But he's got to focus here because this guy in the 5 hole is just as dangerous.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. From the stretch, here's the pitch. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1.
That's ball 2.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
First and second here with nobody out. A bouncer to the left side. Chapman has it cleanly to second for 1. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out.
Now batting, right fielder.
Here's Jason Hayward now. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'd like a base hit of some sort right here, Matty. But hey, you know what? Another flyout wouldn't be all that bad. If he can get it deep enough, he should be able to drive in a nice run with sac fly.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0 home is taken, strike 1.
Can't come out of his game plan right here. He knows he's a known sinker baller. I know it was a 4-seamer right there, but get back to that 2-seam. It's what his MO is.
Outside, 2-1.
His pitch count is getting up there in the inning now. He needs to get this frame over with sooner than later, so forcing contact and getting the defense involved is probably the best thing he can do.
Into the corner and slicing foul. 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors for the Cubs to this point in the contest. Liner towards second, but this is hauled in by the second baseman.
Now batting, center fielder.
At the plate, Ian Happ. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. From the stretch, right side, hit hard, and that's by him into right field for a base hit. And the runner from third scores as they try to work their way back into this one.
Well, that's a tough one right there if you're a pitcher, Dero. You think you make a decent pitch, ball hit to the hole right through there. You're hoping it can get knocked down. Instead, base hit, run batted in.
Yeah, and as the batter right there, you're taking off your batting gloves, giving dabs to the first base coach. Glad that found the hole right there. Ribeye steak, chalk one up.
Into the box now, Jason Kipnis, as he'll take a look at ball 1. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. left-handed hitting Kipnis awaits the 1-0. Well above the letters with the fastball that time.
Hey, this is one of those tough outings as a reliever. Just have to keep throwing strikes and believe sooner or later this inning's going to turn around.
Here now the 2-2. 2 down, runners at first and second. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Ripped down the first base line. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And the runner is in from second. The relay throw, and now they've got the runner caught in the hot box as he thought about going home. Tag is there, and he's out trying to score from first as the second run. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate, and they push across 4 runs. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. The A's lead this one 11-4. James Norwood gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. So the batting order turns over now, and set to go Jorge Mateo. He bats for the 4th time in his career, having already collected his first hit. Not a bad first day, huh?
Yeah, you can never take this day away from him, Matt. No matter what happens in his 4th AB, he's going to get in his car today. He's going to relive every moment, every step that it took to get here. And the fact that he has a batting average when he wakes up in the morning is huge.
1-1 to count. Here's the pitch. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball. Hit on the ground out to short. Baez has it. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Now back.
Stepping in, Robbie Grossman. He got called out on strikes his last time through. First offering on its way. Pulls the string on that one. 1 strike.
0-1.
Ball 1 as he lays off below the zone. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Love the ability to push that ball the other way right there. Nice knock to the opposite field. That's a switch hitter's delight, the ability to use all parts.
To the plate now, Mark Canha, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. There's a cold strike as he nips the corner. 0-2, here it is. And a fastball blew it right by him, and there are 2 down.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
So now to the plate, Seth Brown, as the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. The 1-0. To short, hit hard. On to Kipnis at second, and the inning is over. The A's strand one. They lead it, though, 11-4. Paul Blackburn, the 6'1" right-hander, will be the one to get the call from the bullpen here.
Number 58, Paul Blackburn.
Steven Souza will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.